to the GF Current. Now let's get straight into the show and head back downtown to the River Arts District, where reporter Kira Ranieri gives us a special look at some rad graffiti.
Through the years, graffiti or street art has evolved to become a creative outlet for many Asheville artists, but this is not the only thing that has changed. The city of Asheville has been cracking down on graffiti in local areas in order to protect community reputations. In order to address this issue in a new way, the Foundation Walls Project has given Asheville street artists a free space to express their craft. Senior Vittoria Duque is an AP Studio art student who feels street art does not deserve the negative connotation it has received in the past.
I personally love graffiti. I think it's super cool. I wish I knew how to do it as an artist, and I think it's a great way to express yourself.
Local artist Molly Corsell believes that street art can be a benefit as long as the artists are aware of their audience.
I think that the talent that can be shown through that really expressive graffiti art is really exciting, and it kind of goes along with the way that Asheville, the groove of Asheville, the feel of Asheville, and what people might be expecting anyway.
Though it may be controversial, the Foundation Walls Project has added to Asheville's unique and artistic character. With the GF Current, I'm Kira Ranieri.
Thanks, Kira. TC has some pretty great musicians, and reporter Grace Bedingfield is going to bring us a new segment where she sits down with Yearbook's Marvelous Musician winner, Alex Stewart.
Grace Bedingfield here with senior Alex Stewart, who was named Yearbook's Most Marvelous Musician. Today, I'm just going to ask Alex a few questions. So, Alex, how long have you been playing an instrument?
Well, I've been playing the oboe for about 10 years now, and that was actually my first instrument that I started in the 3rd grade. And I got to the oboe, and when she started playing, it was unlike anything I had ever heard in my entire life. I was just absolutely captivated. So after much begging and pleading, my parents finally allowed me to get an oboe and started taking lessons.
How many instruments can you play?
Let's see, I play the oboe, the English horn, the bagpipes, small pipe, Irish flute, and Irish whistle.
What is your favorite to play?
Probably the oboe.
What is the hardest piece you've ever had to play?
The hardest piece I've ever had to play is probably my most recent endeavor. It's the Vaughan Williams Oboe Concerto, which at one time was considered the hardest concerto for oboe ever written. I played it for my college auditions, and it took me about 3 or 4 months of solid, hard practicing in order to get it under my fingers.
Are you planning on making a career out of music?
You know, I know that it's very difficult to make a career out of music, seeing as the income can be kind of small and inconsistent at times. But it's really all I could see myself doing.
Who has been your biggest supporter through all your endeavors?
Probably my mother, as cheesy as that sounds, but she was always the one, you know, especially early on when I was like, I don't like oboe, it's hard, you know, and she was always the one, no, keep practicing, it'll be okay.
Imagine playing that many different instruments. Now that's truly marvelous. Up next, reporter Riley Williamson will be spotlighting another talented student and his uncommon ability to create works of art out of paper.
Walking past room 2614, you might just discover an over 9 feet long model of the Titanic. This replica was created by senior Sean Merzlak, who has been working on his paper replicas for years and has made over 125 to this day.
It's when I make them, it's something that I like, then I'll try to make it.
Merzlak doesn't use any rulers or measurements, just paper, tape, and string. For most of his creations, he uses durable forms of paper, such as the 27 sheets of poster board that makes up his Titanic replica.
I just cut. I don't measure nothing.
Merzlak's interest was sparked when he began thinking about how 3D shapes could be made out of paper in one of his classes at school.
Because I realized that paper cannot just be flat. It could be 3D like a box. So I realized that, at school we made cubes. But then I realized how to make cubes, not just cubes, into circles, like a sphere and everything.
Merzlak makes many different objects, including characters from the video games Five Nights at Freddy's and Minecraft. He even made a dragon from Minecraft that had movable wings.
I made mostly every single character on Minecraft, but mostly everybody likes the dragon because the dragon can all move like a real dragon can.
The Titanic replica is the largest one Merzlag has made. He said it took him 4 weeks and 2 days to finish. Merzlag has no intention to give up his hobby anytime soon, and he has already started thinking about his next creation. With the GF Current, I'm Riley Williamson.
It's 5 pounds.
That's pretty amazing. I can barely make a paper plane myself. Now, with clay-making shops popping up all around Asheville, tourists and locals alike are finding their inner artists in such a fun setting. Reporter Olivia Sosar went to Claying Around to find out what all the hype was.
Asheville is known for its quirky atmosphere and unique attractions. One attraction that stands out is Claying Around, a paint-your-own pottery studio.
It's just lots of fun, and also people need presents. People are looking for just something to do.
Located just up the road from Robertson, Claying Around makes for a perfect laid-back after-school activity to relieve stress.
We get a pretty wide variety of people coming in here. We have kids that come mostly after school. We have elders that come in during the day because they don't have to work no more. We do birthday parties on the weekends, but we could get couples on dates even a lot of times. It's a pretty wide variety, just about everybody.
Freshman Mackenzie Welch explains why she believes Claying Around is so unique.
Playing around, it provides a unique experience that you can do with your family and your friends, and it's just really fun to do.
Claying Around is an attraction for all types of people ranging from ages 4 and up. Fred McFarland explains why he finds Claying Around so intriguing for tourists.
It's definitely not something a lot of other people have in their towns when it comes to tourists coming in.
Students can create their own pottery and enjoy themselves while doing so. Sophomore Brittany Blum explains why creating your own artwork can be so memorable.
I get to make my own thing and paint it, and I feel so artistic.
Open Tuesday through Sunday, stop by and take a spin at Spinning the Pottery Wheel. With the GF Current, I'm Olivia Sosar.
So I guess making pottery isn't just for your grandma anymore. By now, you probably noticed that TC has no shortage of extraordinary students. Reporter Emily Fine spotlights one more, senior Brooke Ullman and her talent for fashion.
Finding extraordinary students at Robertson isn't a challenge, and finding senior Brooke Ullman is no exception. Although only 18 years old, she already has her own clothing line called Made by Brooke Ullman. From the very beginning, she knew she was interested in fashion.
In first grade, during recess, I would be sketching dresses and stuff, the little art table, instead of playing with blocks or whatever.
As a follow-up to last year's creation of her own prom dress, Ullman decided to create her own dress again. After searching for a dress that was tailored to her personality and style, Ullman decided that the best way to fit her needs was to create a gown herself.
And I just liked the idea of having something that was so original for prom.
According to Ullman, finding inspiration for her clothing comes from well-known fashion designers such as Carolina Herrera.
But for this dress, she chose to let the design find her in New York City, the fashion capital of the U.S.
I was going to the city for a trip to tour schools, and I kind of just went with an open mind about what it was going to look like because I wanted to be inspired by the fabric I saw.
Now, through her ambition and successes, Ullman is hoping to inspire others to follow their dreams at a young age as well. With the GF Current, I'm Emily Fine.
Ullman will be officially attending the Fashion Institute of Technology in the fall to continue her education in the field. Ever wonder what it was like to be responsible for creating the yearbook? Reporter Riley Williamson takes us into TC's yearbook class, and after that, we'll go into AP Studio Art.
Deadlines, deadlines, and more deadlines. This is the life of Robertson's yearbook class. With the school year ending, yearbooks will soon be in the hands of students. The class spends their time taking pictures, writing, and interacting with the staff and student body. Junior Brianna Pace believes that there is a misconception about the class regarding the amount of work that has to be accomplished.
I guess people don't really realize how much work gets put into it. We come up with every single thing. We type everybody's name in the whole school, and there's just a lot more work that I think gets put into it than people realize.
Throughout the year, the class assigns members to take pictures at sporting events. Junior Caitlin Martinez enjoys the opportunity to perfect her sports photography.
My favorite part, I think I have to say, is taking pictures. Just for the fact that, even though I'm actually have a job is to take pictures, I feel like I'm also supporting the team because, you kind of get into it. Even if you don't want to, you get into it. So I love taking pictures.
Kara's Price's favorite part of the class is getting to see the yearbook come together. She considers the hardest thing she has to do is help take all of the club pictures.
This year, I was in charge of club pictures, and I spent probably like 6 hours on that, just because I had to type out everyone's name in every club, and then I had to tag them all, and it was a lot, but it's not like hard, it's just time consuming.
Pace encouraged students to join the class who are interested in anything from design to photography.
I would encourage anybody that wants to take yearbook to take it because you learn a lot of like leadership skills and communication skills, and it's a very student-led class, so it's fun to like collaborate with everybody and watch your ideas like come to life.
At the end of March, the class started the process of the 2018 yearbook while the 2017 is being printed. With the GF Current, I'm Riley Williamson.
AP Studio Art is a class taught by art teacher Narina Patain during third period. Students have to complete Art 3 to get into the class, and each student needs to have a concentration or a collection of artwork that is centered around the same theme. Senior Maria Sol picked her concentration because of her love of swimming.
I'm doing reflections in water, and I picked this because I swim, and so I spend all my time in water, so I definitely wanted to incorporate something with water, and Miss Patain helped direct me to doing reflections.
Most themes throughout the class are unique to each student, which helps them express their artistic voice in their work. Senior Michaela Stout, whose concentration is focused on the strength and beauty in women around the world, said her hardest piece this year was her painting called Africa.
Probably my very first piece I did a palette knife painting of an African woman, and it was just challenging because it was my first one, so I wasn't sure about it.
As the year is coming to an end, deadlines are rapidly approaching for their art to be completed. All submissions must be turned in by May 5th.
Thanks, Grace. I absolutely love seeing the AP art projects hanging up in the hallway. They really brighten up the place. Now for Music Minute with reporter Nathan Trees. This artist is so underground that you have probably never seen him before on YouTube, but you can catch him performing live for NPR and Saturday Night Live.
When the Grammy nominees for Album of the Year were announced, one album stood out completely: Sturgill Simpson's A Sailor's Guide to Earth. It's highly rated by music critics, but never reached the radio or mainstream media. Why not? A Sailor's Guide to Earth is labeled as a country album, but it's unlike anything that the genre of country has ever heard. The album can't help but to stand out. Yet what stands out most is Sturgill Simpson's powerful voice. The meaning of the album is to represent the birth of Sturgill Simpson's son, headlining the album with Welcome to Earth and finishing with Call to Arms. In the beginning, his son is born, and at the closing, he signs up for the draft. It's compelling and extremely encouraging to see someone have a theme throughout the album. Simpson's sophomore album is brilliant. It comes at a time where blues and country rock and roll were beginning to die out. It's thrilling to listen to and keeps you on the edge of your seat. With raw slide guitar riffs, big brass, dobro, and a powerful voice. A Sailor's Guide to Earth is the perfect album to listen to if you're craving southern blues, rock and roll, and a twang of country.
I'm not a country music fan either, but I definitely understand why he was nominated for a Grammy. As most seniors are making the big decision on where they're going to college, many senior athletes are also committing themselves to play sports at a collegiate level. Reporter Kennedy Rucker gives us the update on where some senior athletes are committing to play so far, and then reporter Emily Fine will take us out in the field with women's soccer.
Hey Ram Fam, it's Kennedy. Throughout the 2016-2017 school year, we've had a total of 15 student athletes commit to play in their future years at the collegiate level. The following are TC's spring season athletes who have committed so far. Senior Garrett Blaylock has been committed to play for baseball for Vanderbilt since his sophomore year. He finally sealed the deal this winter, making the last 2 years of his verbal commitment official. Another baseball senior, Colin Watts, has signed to play for Eastern Carolina University. He says he knows a lot of future Pirates that will be attending ECU next year and says it'll be nice to play with friends. He also thinks the coaching staff is going to be great to have. Senior Coleman Baker has committed to play tennis for Methodist University. Methodist is a Division III school which currently holds 74 Division III national championship titles. Senior Matt Sharpstein will be attending the University of West Virginia next year, as he is committed to play golf. He is very fond of their facilities and coaching staff and says that it makes him feel as if he is at home. Senior Michelle Cobb is committed to be a member of the Wolfpack to jump at state next year. Cobb will be participating in the long jump and the triple jump. She is very excited to jump right into State's track and field program. Another track commit, senior Elise King, will be attending the University of Elon next year. She will be participating in the long jump and the triple jump. Although she is verbally committed, she will be signing on May the 2nd. EJ King recently signed with the track and field program at Montreat College. King has the third best mark in the triple jump in all of Western North Carolina. Senior Ashley Lim is recently committed to be a coxswain at UNC Chapel Hill. Lim is very excited to become a student athlete at Chapel Hill and is ready to embark on a new chapter in her life. Senior Oliver Porter has verbally committed to the Queen's University of Charlotte. He will be participating in the school's triathlon. To all of the committed and soon-to-be committed student athletes, TC Robertson wishes you luck. With the GF Current, I'm Kennedy Rucker, and this has been Ram Nation.
The 2017 Lady Rams varsity soccer team has kicked off to a successful start, securing first place in the conference at this time. After saying goodbye to longtime coach Rob Wilcher, who retired last year, Coach Joshua Martin stepped into the head coaching spot this year. Martin has been a part of the program here at TC for 5 years. Martin, who had coached at Irwin for 2 years, believes that the transition has been smooth and that the team is continuing to impress.
I find it rewarding being a teacher and a coach. Head, assistant, that's not as big a deal to me. Just being around young people who on a daily basis do pretty great things.
Martin has known many of the girls on the team for an extended time. He has helped coach junior Maisie Hughes all 3 years of her TC soccer career. Hughes believes that Martin has lived up to the role of head coach as well as motivate them in other aspects.
Martin likes to encourage us as players, as individuals, to help us get better.
Needless to say, the girls have only lost 3 matches this year thus far. And according to Martin, they look to be a strong contender in the state playoffs again this year. With the GF Current, I'm Emily Fine.
Thanks, Emily. And be sure to check out goldenfleeceonline.com to see if there's any additional signings in the future. Now that's going to have to be all for today. I'm Zenna Smith, and the next time you see me, things might look a little bit different. Keep your eye out for a special senior end of the year broadcast. See you later.